Hi everyone, thought I would do a little update on where I am with this vessel, but first, so I think I might have shared that I was making this little crocheted basket with an old Sheridan pillowcase that had been with the family for a long time, and I had used a bit of a ripped sheet and ended up with this. It looked like the candy cane or peppermint sticks or candy canes, I don't know what you call them in your country, but I'd ended up with this basket. And so then I thought, that's really funny, that'll be good on the Christmas table because you could put candy canes actually in it. So then I thought, well, I'll just use all candy cane material from the sheet. It didn't obviously look like a candy cane. It was 2 red stripes and a little very fine blue stripe. So each one had the 2 stripes and a little blue stripe. So you can sort of see it here. That's how wide they were. So I have made a second little basket. So these are my little Christmas baskets, which make me smile and make me laugh a lot. So there you go. I thought I would show you how this is progressing. I've got it inside out just to show you how I've pinned it. So with the base here, I've just pinned. So I found an extra sort of thick cotton. It's a cotton wadding or batting, however you want to call it. And I've put that all the way around, and then I've put this kind of wind cheater material, and I've realized that I don't think I want to cantha stitch all the way through this and that backing, because I'll show you why. So basically what I've done is pinned it all around the bottom, pinned it up the sides where the joins are, and I'm still deciding what to do here. I thought I wouldn't address the top till I've at least stitched down all around the bottom and then seen what just check out what works. So that's where I'm up to, and I will show you structurally with the cantha stitch and the batting. This is how it sits. So it is sort of a floppy bag. It's sitting up. The cantha will make it a little bit firmer. My goodness, if you did seed stitch over the whole thing, it'd be really thick and strong. I don't think I'll be doing that. And the base will help it as well. So that's where I'm up to, and I'm going to go and do some cantha stitching and get it down, or a lot of it down, and come back. But one of the things I'm thinking about is just making this as an actual lining, like an insert lining. So as I'm looking at it, and I know it's harder for you to see how it's looking, but with this structure, to me it's looking, it really is a bit more bag-like than vessel-like, and I could imagine putting a handle on it and using it as an actual bag. I don't know. You can tell me what you think about it. But there you go, that's where I'm up to, and I will start to do some stitching and come back. Okay, so I have got the wadding on the back, and I've taken off this other bit of the fleece that I had, and I've started doing all different types of stitching. Sometimes I'm only just doing a very fine cotton, and sometimes I'm doing some embellishments, and I'm mainly trying to get the edges down, the top and the bottom down first. So there's still some areas that I'm doing. This little spot, I am doing some little crosses. So even though I have already embellished all the way around, this is a point I can add some more little fun bits. And using a variety of threads and colours and patterns. I'm still undecided if I'm going to use the fleece or whether I actually might like to just leave the inside so you can see the workings. Time will tell. So it's quite fun to pick out different weighted threads and different colours for different spots to really enhance what I've been doing. And there is almost a lot further I could go. I haven't really done much other than straight stitches. I've done some bits with French knots, added these embellishments. Mostly it's been crosses, straight stitches, a few more French knots. Bit of seed stitch, but in a large fashion. So there is still quite a way to go with this. I've got each of the panels down, and they make sense to me, but there's just a lot further to go. So I just wanted to say that I think I've mentioned it before, after 4 or 5 years of embroidery, I finally feel quite like I've actually done my apprenticeship. There's so much more to learn, and I was just thinking this morning when I was watching Marion on Marion's World doing the cut work and thinking, well, 4 or 5 years, it's enough to learn your basic stitches. So I was thinking maybe this is the moment that I start to acknowledge that it's time to learn a bit more. So I think that one of the beauties of this past 4 or 5 years, of course, is that I've had some great teachers, and we're very lucky. We're lucky to have YouTube. That means we get predominantly free classes a lot of the time, from just watching as if we were in the room with people. So it's nice to pay homage to those people, and so I'm very, very grateful to Ariane Zurcher, to the Roxy sisters and Juju, and Brooke. Numerous others I've watched along the way, and Another, I guess another person that's been an inspiration to me was Cass Holmes, and I just received her program for her exhibition in the mail, so I thought I'd just have a little quick look. Place and the Shipping Forecast was the exhibition, and this is just, she's just posted me the little book. And even just to look at one of her postcards is inspirational, with the different types of stitching, paper, thread, paint. The drawing of the original, and then the inspired creative drawing. Different stitch work. These beautiful pieces. It's one of my favourites. So I do have one of Cass's books, the one with the teapot, and I'd actually probably like to get it in hardcover, but I've got it on my iPad because I can collect more books for cheaper and carry them around with me to look at. And it's not as fun as turning a page, of course, but it's good to still have them for inspiration. On a plane, I often will pick out one of my embroidery books or my artist books on the plane and have a look and have a read. There's so many aspects to an artist's work, the way that they layer and how they do that, and I'm often thinking of that. So one of the things that I really loved in this book was these the display of paper and cloth vessels in discarded beakers. These cups really, I just was thinking about how I made my autumn vessels. Let me get one, which was using autumn toned materials, and it's making a nice noise because it's hard. It's got use the glue and material method around a plastic pot, and I love them, and they're great because they're actually quite hard to move and solid. But these ones, they're just so delicate and they're so beautiful. And I am thinking this is what an artist does. An artist inspires us to also go on our own little creative journey, and these are in the back of my mind as something to do in the future, and it's just percolating along in the background there. This beautiful big long piece, Walk in the Park. Such a variety of textures and colours, very inspirational. It really inspires me quite a bit. Love these little boxes with the scrolls in them. So this is very Japanese and Tokyo. And this is another reason I love travel. It's like this, and this relates because this vessel only came about because I took the time to go and have some travel time for myself and to allow my creative soul to just start to percolate ideas, to get inspired, to just let the muse come through and see what comes out. I love these. I think I might have a go at that. Garden tools, paper and cloth formed around old garden tools. So paper and cloth. I remember when we used to take the kids up to Woodford Folk Festival, which is a folk festival in Queensland, and we used to take them to the children's section, and they'd be able to hang out there from like 10 till 2 or 9 till 5 or 10 till 2 I probably was. Or we'd put them in for the morning and take them out for lunch, and that way we could see some music and come back and we had a lovely time. And we used to use this technique of the white glue with the tissue paper around bamboo frames, and we'd make lanterns and shapes, and they're wonderful for lanterns for night time and quite solid once the glue dries. So this is also inspiring me, just another technique that really makes me excited to do some more things, especially mixed media. So here's more of the vessels and words. This is something I'm thinking a lot about, how our words are, how we talk to ourselves, how we talk to others, how we talk to others about others behind their back or anything like that. So I'm not quite sure. So paper and cloth around garden pots. So similarly, so this is the technique of the paper and cloth. So we're getting sculptural with this stuff, but it's still mixed media, and it still has stitch marks and stitching. And this one, even after watching Marion's cut work videos, this has even got like the holes cut through. So there's a lot just in one little tiny book. So look at this, it's all this thin paper with stitching on it. So I am inspired. I thought I'd share that. And get back to my vessel. So I think I might be nearly finished with the crosses. And I love that I've got these big thin crosses next to these thicker smaller crosses. I love that. So, let me look what's here. There's so much work here. I think this might require just some very large running stitch. I'm trying to get rid of the pins as well at the same time. I still have not come up with a base. I'm not sure that I'm meant to yet. Just going to keep working on these. Another decision I'll be making will be what other colours I'm bringing in that may be seen by if you're looking down into the vessel. But let's just see where we're at. Still a couple of pins I can see. Actually, that one might be able to come out. This one. There's one there. Okay. Now I haven't changed the orientation. It's still top. Is the top still the top? But already that is standing up really well on its own. I want to take my camera off and show you, but I think it'll just take too much time to get it back into its cradle. But some of these spots where these are giving a very good solid base for standing, provided the rest is propped. But you can see that's only really a quarter done with the stitching, and already I'm liking it, and I'm thinking of all the different things I can add that might act a little bit like this is a really solid, you know, that's a solid quilt, solid felt, these are solid. Yeah, I'm loving it. I love this sort of pockmarked effect with just the very thin cotton, thin white cotton or off-white. I'm loving seeing a patch of stitching in a different colour. So I've used greens, this thin perlé, having a bit more of a play. Yeah, I'm loving it, really loving it. So I've got, I think what I might work on next will be up here to get the seam really secure. And then I've got all of this, I've got this whole area to work on. And then I'll be starting to think about the base. So I think that's it for this episode, and I hope you're enjoying doing similar stuff. It's very creative, it's very enjoyable for me, and I hope it's enjoyable for you too. So I'm grateful for your company, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.